Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode, we have our first game in charge of Atletico Madrid, and we've got Real Sociedad or San Sebastian in the league on the opening day of the season. With that being said, last episode was a full breakdown of everything we did pre-season, trying to cut out some deadwood, some players on big wage, and the heartache of trying to sign players in short spaces of time. However, if you want to check that all out in its entirety, that was last episode. If you don't, we're going to recap it very quickly in a second. But as always, give it a like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's get underway into this one. We're going to start with the season preview. As always, we predicted to finish fourth. We were in third, we're now fourth. Us and Hippos are very close to each other. The average age of the squad was 28. I've got it down to 26. Some names you will not know, some names you definitely will know. And let's go in and meet the boys and then get into this game against Real San Sebastian. Secondly, you're probably looking at the schedule and seeing when our next episodes may be. Our next episode here in the league is definitely going to be Barcelona and Hippos as a doubleheader. We play Barca and then our former club, which I've been trying to get back to in the say, but never got the opportunity at the right time. But look, we'll see what we can do. Let's go in and have a look at the transfers here. We've got 417k in the wage budget because we've sold players on big wage. For those who didn't watch last episode, Joe Pedro, who I'm about to tell you I have sold, was on 245k a week. I'm still paying 91k of that for the next year, but I wanted him gone, and that's the whole reason that I was going hell-bent trying to get rid of him. 7.75 mil to Benfica. We talked him into going there too, which was great. We also signed Vasil Gredev, went for 7 mil, who is a decent player, but he's most notable as a no-nonsense right-back. I don't think I use a no-nonsense right-back, if ever. And to be quite fair, he's not good enough at centre-back either. We signed some others. Some other names have gone out there. Sotalo, most notably there as well, on who was on 40k a week. We got rid of. And there we are. Now, there is names that you guys will notice. I have gone in and done what I've needed to do in Dortmund. We are going to go in chronological order of what I've signed. Firstly, Tyrone on loan. He's fantastic. He's going to start every game for me. Don't know why Dortmund are loaning him again. I've got an optional future fee of 88 mil. I mentioned it a lot of times last episode. I'm going to mention it once more. In 2 years' time, when that is available for me to activate, I honestly think he could be one of the best centre midfielders in the world, like Gomez did when he went to Man City and developed into a monster. Danny Schmidt, people will know I loaned out a couple of times, had a pretty good time of it at Rangers and Braga as backup strikers. At the time, signed him with the potential of him being first choice, but we have signed a big name striker up front, well, a big name regen striker up front. Just perfect for what I want of a backup striker. Physicals, composure, flair, finishing ability, technique. He's going to score some goals on the bench, that's for sure. And lucky last, we decided to get Song in. He will not feature today because he picked up a couple of injuries throughout pre-season. We brought him in. This is the first time he's going to be part of a team as a main guy. Increases the transfer revenue or the income as well because he's South Korean, so we're getting an extra few mil there. He's only 21 years of age. Fits what the club want me to do, sign under 23 players for the first team. And I think there's a world where he learns this role, inverted winger on attack, and he's going to be amazing. Now let's go into players that you guys don't know. Ahmad Okafor on loan from Leipzig, only playing 12k a week, beautiful, 2-year loan deal, fantastic. Only wants to be a squad player, is going to be injured for this first game unfortunately. 19.75 mil, as a backup left back, fantastic. Please note he's got pace and he's 6'5". He's my sort of guy, so yeah, expect him to stay longer term. Joe Victor came up in a scout report, and I've not even used this guy from Brazil. He's only been capped once by under 20s. How this guy's got unnoticed for so long, I do not know. 27 years of age. Have a look how good he is. He's going to be the man alongside. Tyrone. You know, got great passing technique, vision. Can go up and down. Loves to go up and down. A lot of 15s in there. Very well rounded. He's going to be amazing. He is also a player that loves a big game and he's fairly consistent. One of 3 foreign players as well. Fantastic footballer. Song's another one, and the last one is... Good question, the last one is someone else. Adrian Vera, of course. The guy up front. That is your new number 9. Is a wonder kid, and I'm telling you right now, he's going to be as good as Diego Castro. We signed him for 4.4 mil, same amount that I picked up Diego Castro from Nacional. We did a comparison last episode, so if you want to check that out, go do that. Look how well-rounded he is. He's 6 foot. You know, he's already got 16 first touch, 15 free kicks, 16 headering, 19 technique at the age of 19. Very well-rounded physicals that were going to be all basically 15 plus. I'm going to quickly break this down for you. I've always said for the last few FMs, if you get 15 total stats of 15 plus, that's why I highlight them in gold, you're world class or borderline world class. My final theory is if you're 16 or 17, anything that's 10 or 11 has the potential to get to 15. When you get to 18 to 20, 21, anything that's 12 will get there. Anything 21 to 23, anything 13, 23 to 24, if it's 14, it might or might not. So anything 12 plus here is definitely going to get to 15 plus. Let's just count out those stats that are 12 or beyond right now, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. My best ever I had was Nildo with 22, and Aristobal was 21, and Tisney I think was 21 or 20. This guy has the potential to be that good. Yeah, that's scary. And I didn't even include determination because it's hard for that to grow, and there is definitely a couple of these 11s because of his such wide range of potential to develop. He's also coming from the Argentinian league to Spain, so expect to see a big amount of growth if he plays well this year. That's a crazily good player. Lucky last, though, is a guy that is from this nation here that I can never pronounce, and France, a region that came out at Lille, is the backup right back to Sergio Dest, will probably start by the end of the season. And his name is Jean-Philippe Leon Zelature. I don't know, Zelature? It's a great name. Anyhow, look at him. Mentally, one stat below an 11. Below an 11. Every other stat mentally, bar off the ball, is 11 plus. 12 plus even. Scary at 20. Physically well-rounded with great natural fitness, so he's going to be one of those fullbacks that will get up and down and have pace. He also has got great crossing, can mark, can pass, can tackle, has got good technique. There is a world where this guy grows into quite a sensational right back and plays a lot of games for France in this save. You've got to remember, I've got 6 seasons to win the double, so these guys here that I've brought in this season are more than likely going to be in their growing prime, 23, 24, still being able to grow, but very good by the time the end of the save rolls around, which will be fantastic. Now, Real San Sebastian are a decent side. It's not an easy opening day, that's for sure. And as you can see here, we do have a few injuries there. And apparently I haven't registered in Jean. I definitely have. Why have you not been registered? Jean. There we go. That was scary, guys. I was like, hang on, I've definitely registered him. Why not? There we go. So we've got a couple of guys that are unfortunately injured. So Song's not fit enough to play. Okafor's not going to be able to play here as well because of injury, which leaves us a couple of spots here on the bench for a couple of other players if I want to bring him on. I don't particularly do. So with that being in mind, we need a winger out there. Our backup winger is going to be Ferran Torres. However, I'm not going to play him now. I'm going to play Drew Brew, and I'll show you why in a second. So your team is Chevrolet in net on the opening day of the season here. Sergio Dest is fantastic here as well. He's going to start for now. Knows how to get up and down. Very experienced. Got okay physicals. I've mentioned it the last episode, the episode before. Danny Luch and I can never pronounce his name properly. Hincapi. Both very good centre backs, but old and declining, and on 120 and 200 and 325k a week. Everyone breathe. Next season they're going to go. Alberto's club captain, mainly playing him because he's club captain, but mentally he's fantastic. Physically technically why he's more withdrawn than what we did at Dortmund, that's for sure. Joe Victor Toroni you know about. Dieter is a guy that was bought from Bayern last year. Very physical, is mainly right-footed, but seems to not worry him in pre-season. Very physical, got good pace technique and the ability with natural flair. Joe Felix is in the hole for this season. 63k a week. I can tolerate that. He reminds me a little bit of what we did with Kai Havertz last season. Some of that's not bad. Technically and mentally, still very, very good. Doesn't need to use his pace either, so he still is going to be a great footballer in the hole. Adrian Very, you've seen. Drew Brew's come from the B team, and he's your backup attacking 10. I'm giving him a year to see if he's got it because he's got good flair, first touch dribbling off the ball. He's very good at what he does when he's on the ball. I've seen him have a couple good assists in pre-season and score. So I'm going to put him on the left to see what he does in an actual league game as well because I'm looking at the future going, if he has a good year and develops a touch this season playing in the first team properly this year, hasn't really ever had a go, I think he's going to be okay as a long-term player to hold. And then Vera up front. Your bench looks like this. So Radicic is actually a 19-year-old regen from Atletico Madrid. Expect this guy to overtake our current keeper. He's already developing this well. By the end of the season, he could be the number one. That's scarily good growth. Chevalier is a pretty good keeper that the AI signed on a free. I didn't sign the end of last season. You've seen Leon. Nikili would have been in the starting 11, but we signed Joe Victor, so there we go. Unfortunately, Mohamed, they picked up on a free from PSG. Not that good, but because he's on a free, we can't sell him, so that's unfortunate. Andrade is one of the two backup midfielders who are okay. Decent, very good defensively, is okay, 6'2", not bad. Thierry is actually pretty good as a deeper line playmaker, 3.5 stars, been injured all pre-season, so we haven't really seen him. Sears is was one of our Arsenal, but is not. He's apparently an important player, and he scored 14 goals for us last year. I don't particularly like him, but there we are. I just don't think he has the pace to really impact the game. But he's got good off the ball, good technique, good vision, and can move around. As a backup right winger, great. As an actual right winger, not really. I don't like it. I actually think he's better in the hole and would play if Joe Felix ever got injured long term. Ferran Torres has had a good pre-season. I wouldn't have spent 105k a week on an impact player, but there we go. That's what the game did last season. I can use him for a year and get away with it. And obviously Danny is there too. Lucky last, you guys might be thinking, who's Cabpo? He's our best hot prospect. I've put him on the bench for any game that we're dominating in. We're allowed to off the bench with 5 subs. Anytime we're dominating and he's not playing under 19s football, I will get him in to see if he can play some minutes. So now that's a squad breakdown. That's 11 minutes of talking. He wants the number 2. We're not going to give him that. We're not going to give him the 10, so we're going to put the 22 on as well. And let's see what we can do here today. Our fans are up thick and thin. We actually make a lot of money from our revenue from the fans as well, which is huge. There's the Atletico Madrid side. And let's go see what's happening for Raul San Sebastian. So a lot of regions there that people won't know. Topic we've seen a lot of times in this save. Benzema is a French region that I gave caps to a long time ago when he regened out and went to Manchester City in the save. Hasn't really developed since then. City kind of killed him. It's a pretty decent Raul San Sebastian side, it has to be said. But this episode was all about what have we done and how have we gone yet, and let's see what we do. And away we go. Vera has got 15 free kick taking, by the way. So does Joe Victor. I would love Vera to probably not take the deep ones, to be fair, but it is what it is. Anyway, Alberto. Sergio Dest, who knows how to whip a ball in, but decides against it. Danny Ulic, Dest. Here comes D3. He's missed, unfortunately. Doesn't have much finishing as a winger, which is unfortunate. If you're wondering how pre-season went, we won every game. We didn't play anyone really of note, I don't think by memory. Not really. Stuttgart we beat, you know. That's kind of the team that I'm remembering was the biggest team. Salzburg, nothing crazy. I will say 30 minutes in, 66% possession. Very good from us. Very good from us. I don't expect to be flying, though, this early on. Dest with a header, finds Joe Victor on his debut. D3 needs runners. Was the right idea, but didn't find him, and then he tried to break Benzema's legs. Don't want that. Good press from us though, and Victor wins it back. Tyrone now with the ball. That's a great ball to D3. He's a right footer who can cross it. He does. And dribble Kumari, who I've taken a punt on and calling up and saying, I'm going to give you the year because I think you've got enough stats to become decent. If you hit your potential, you're a good backup player who's come through the academy, which would be important for registration rules. And he's put his head in the right spot. D3 has got a goal, got an assist. And we lead 1-0 40 minutes in on the opening day. And it wasn't Vera, which I would have expected. Anyway, another highlight here. They go long. And we've done enough there. And Chevalier, who I did cap for France early on in this save, picks one up. Victor, D3, drives in, unfortunately loses out. Forced along again. And Hinicap heads. Danny Ulic looks for D3. He's quick. Doesn't get on that one, unfortunately. And the keeper volleys away. Third time at asking. We win it again. Victor. Danny Ulic. D3 heads looking for Victor. Poor. Won it again though, Joe Victor. He's been everywhere on his debut apart from being booked. He's been pretty good. Into Tyrone. Great ball to Vera, who I think was offside. Great finish. I don't think it's going to count, unfortunately. Think he's off, which would have been nice to see Tyrone set up Vera. could have been the future. But offside right at half time. Still lead 1-0, still been pretty good. Good movement, great ball, just off. Promising signs. Half time, 1-0. Very good first half display. Start the second half, please, boys. Hincapi, Tyrone, Hincapi, Kumari, Joe Victor, good turnout, good run here too. Kumari's ball in, very nearly went through the keeper there, which I wouldn't have minded, but it's good movement, just didn't fall to us. They go long and flicked away, it should be our ball. My only worry is that our back four is a bit slower than what I would like, but yeah. Chilleri goes long himself. Vera's a big enough boy to win headers. Joe Felix won't get on that one. He's not quick enough to win a second ball. But Dietrich is and does well. And Felix, there he is. Picks it up. Drives. Great ball. Vera. Good touch. Chips. Oh, it's off the goal line. Vera could have had 2 today and he hasn't. Free kick now again for Vera to whip one in there. Danny Ulic heads just over the bar. Unfortunate. Vera's played very well on a 6.4 because he's missed the 2 clear-cut chances. Ball in back here. Kumari, what a save from the keeper at the back stick. What a ball in from, I think it was Sergio Dest, and the keeper parries onto the bar. All I'm going to say about this right now is we've had 10 shots, 4 on target, 2.17 XG, and we are currently only 1-0 up. It feels a little bit like an FMing. Danny's going to come in for Vera, who's not obviously scored his goals here today, which would have been nice. I'm also going to get Tyrone into the centre-back role. And Pierre is actually going to come off here, and I'm actually going to get Thierry in because I need to give him some minutes. And I think that is what we're going to do at the moment. Is just those 2 changes. Tyrone's pretty good at the back as well. Victor could also play back there as well. With that being said, Sergio Dest is dead. Jean-Philippe will go out there like for like. Alberto's dead, but I don't really have any options to bring in a left back, unfortunately. Hincat would have been the guy, but yeah. With that being 2, I'm going to get Joe Felix off, and I'm going to get Sears into the hole. And we'll leave one more change up our sleeve the time waste with. Throw in, 75th minute. We've dominated, but it's only 1-0. Sears finds Joe Victor. Thierry, Schmidt, Kumari, Alberto, Amut, Kumar, Sears. Looking, it was a searching ball, but no run made there from Dietrich, who could have done it, who's the German winger. They go long. Tyrone heads. Victor won't win, but Tyrone picks up the second ball. Sears, Danny Schmidt, great run. Dietrich made it. Gets to the byline, went for goal. It's been in the right areas. Is it D-Tree? Is it D-Tree or Deter? Sorry, not D-Tree. Deter. Deter's run was not bad. Couple of boys looking dead out here late doors. I'm actually going to give young Campo some minutes as an inside forward on attack. We lead 1-0. Not long left. See if Campo makes his debut and see what happens. Leon with a long throw. Danny will be onside because he can't be offside from a throw-in. Leon picks it up. Joe Victor, what a ball back stick. Kamari got goal side but just didn't win it. Alberto will sweep up here. We've played very well and it's only 1-0. Tyrone finds Joe Victor again. Kumari, Thierry, Danny, Campo, looked good. Danny's there and the keeper snaps it off his feet. And they go long quickly. Tyrone's made a mistake. This would be horrid. Great tackle from Bendima. Penalty given. Never should be. Can I just say, if this is given as a penalty, they've not had a shot. 0 shot, 0 attack, 35% possession. This would be 1 shot, 1 attack, 1 goal, if there's ever been a definition. Penalty's been given. No way. Welcome to the FMing, ladies and gentlemen. All I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh. I can only laugh. I can't do anything else but laugh. That's never a penalty as well. We've won the ball. Never a pen. They've never had a highlight. 1 shot, 1 attack, 1 goal from a penalty spot. Yeah. And apparently had a second shot right again, so it's like 1-1-1. Wow. Well, if we play how we just played, we're going to win most games this season, but that is absolutely ludicrous. It's come from a keeper long ball that Tyrone's let bounce, and VAR has not overturned it, even though we won the ball. Great stuff. Did nothing up until there. That is one of the worst Flemings I've ever copped. It's laughable, but it is what it is. I'm going to take the positives out of it. Vera could have scored 3 goals, he didn't. The midfield played very well. Maybe it was a mistake to take Handicup off, or Hancappy off, but he wasn't playing that well. But yeah, look, if we play how we just played against Real San Sebastian, we're going to beat a lot of sides this season. And realistically, they never should have got anything out of that. That was really, 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 really unfortunate and disappointing. But it is what it is. With that being said, though, I'll see you guys next time here for the next episode, which will be more than likely Barcelona and Real Hippos together in the league. An okay opening day, everything great but the result. But we've got a long time to go in this save, and we'll be fine. Till next time, thank you and goodbye.